Clinical research is an important part of developing new ways to diagnose and treat disease. People are needed to participate in research, but becoming involved can feel overwhelming or difficult to understand. My name is Daniela Rodriguez, and I'm a clinical research coordinator at Carilion Clinic in Roanoke, Virginia. I'd like to walk you through what it means to consent to participate in research study, which is also known as the informed consent process. Let's start by talking about what the informed consent process is. Most human research requires a person to understand why the research is taking place, what will be done during the research study, what the risks and benefits of participation are, and how their privacy is protected. This information is all put together in the informed consent. You might also be familiar with informed consent for medical procedures such as surgeries, but this video is just focused on the research process for informed consent. Informed consent isn't just limited to studies conducted here in Virginia or even in the United States. This process is recognized internationally to protect human subjects in research. Agreeing to be in a research study is voluntary and a personal decision. The research staff will review all the details of the study with you ahead of time so you can make a fully informed decision. This means giving you time to review the informed consent form and ask questions. It is so important for you to fully understand what will happen during the research study, that you are able to commit to all the study visits, and that you know how your rights and safety are being protected. Reviewing all the details of the research doesn't just take place once. Research staff will regularly review information about the study with you and will provide you with any new information as it becomes available. This is called the informed consent process because it is ongoing throughout your participation in the research. The study team will want to make sure study participation is a good fit for you. Now, I want to talk about what the informed consent form might look like and what is included in the informed consent form. The informed consent form can be presented in different ways. Most often, it will be a paper document that you sign, but you can also give your consent verbally, over the phone, electronically, and in special cases like surveys, you might be giving consent by advancing to the next page after reading about the study. The informed consent form contains everything you need to know about the research study you are being asked to participate in, including why the research is being conducted, any potential risks and benefits, alternatives to participating, and contact information for the research team. I'll talk a little bit more about each of these main points. So that you understand why the research is being conducted, there will be some background information, including history behind the research and current available treatments. You will also learn all the details about what will happen during the research study. Things like how long you will be in the study, how many times you need to come in for study visits, the medications you might need to take, and the types of medical procedures you will need to undergo. All of this will be described in the document, and you can ask questions at any time about things you don't understand. In order to make an informed decision, it's important that you understand in detail all the risks and potential benefits of participating in the study. All medications, medical procedures, and diagnostic tests have risks. Sometimes there are no immediate benefits to the patient participating in the study. In this case, the benefit of doing such research is usually knowledge that will help the general public. Other times, if you agree to participate in a study, you might receive a new drug or device that is believed to treat a particular condition. In these types of studies, there is sometimes a possibility of receiving the investigational product or a placebo. Additional information in the informed consent includes alternatives to participating, any potential costs or potential compensation you might receive for participating in the study. You might also find information about how your privacy is managed while you're in the study and who you should contact if you have any questions or concerns. Let's review the decision-making process and who can give informed consent. Being in a research study is a very personal decision, and therefore you should feel free to say no. If you choose not to participate in the research study, you will still receive the same medical treatment you would have normally gotten. This is called standard of care, and it includes the existing medications, procedures, and treatments that are currently exist for a particular condition. Once you decide to participate in a study, you also have the right to change your mind and withdraw from a study at any time without it impacting your medical care. The research team understands this right and will respect any decision you make. On the other hand, the study team may decide the research study is no longer a good fit for you and you may be removed. In many cases, the person who will be giving the informed consent will be the participant who is deciding to enroll in the research study. Sometimes, the participant is under the age of 18 or unable to sign legal documents due to certain medical conditions such as dementia. In these cases, a legally authorized representative, or LAR, is able to sign the informed consent and review the necessary material with the research staff. Most often, the LAR is a parent or caregiver, but can also be a spouse or adult sibling. Special forms are used for children in research studies that are specific to their age and learning ability to ensure the child also has some understanding of the research and is agreeable to participate. Don't rush when making a decision to participate. In most clinical research studies, there is plenty of time for you to make a decision if participating in the study is right for you or your loved one. Don't just sign the consent form without taking the time to consider what participating means and how it might affect you. You should ask the research team for a copy of the consent form to take home and discuss it with family or friends. Although the research team has your best interests in mind when considering you as a potential participant, you will have the final say in determining what is best for you. Finally, I want to highlight how important it is to ask questions. The informed consent process is an ongoing line of communication that starts when you sign the informed consent form and continues throughout the time you are in the study. The research team will share important updates with you about the study as information becomes available. It's important to ask any and all questions, and it's up to you to ask questions if something isn't clear, even if you think it's a silly question. Thank you for viewing this video where I've talked a little bit about what the informed consent process is, what the informed consent form looks like, your option to say no, and the importance of understanding your participation. We hope the information in this video will help you make the most informed decision about participating in a research study. To learn more about participating in clinical research, please visit the iTHRIV website.